Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Miles Minnick, and you're in the mix with DJ Fusion. Let's glow.
Madtown's #1 for hits and hip hop, 93.1 Jams, Fusion in the afternoons. One-on-one today with Miles Minnick. What's going on, fam?
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
Man, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, man. You've been doing big things here for the last couple of months, man. You guys have been kind of blowing up. You and your partner, Jon Keith, man. We've been playing you here in Madison for, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 months now. November, December, we started kind of getting on the Jon Keith, Miles Minnick train, and, here we are.
Oh yeah, coming into the year, we said we're gonna do a live in 2025, and so I'm glad we're not disappointing so far. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
absolutely not, bro. Absolutely not. Like, honestly, when I first heard your record, Him, it was like Thanksgiving, December, Christmas time. And I was like, man, this is like a breath of fresh air coming into the end of the year. Like, just a good vibe to it, good tempo to it, positive message. I'm like, man, this is dope. You know what I mean? So like, we got our hands on it. I was like, this is right where we need to be.
Yeah, yeah, and it's not too fast, not too slow. It's a good tempo. Get to stepping a little bit, dancing, good energy, and we like to call it slaps with substance. You know what I mean? Something that a sound you may be familiar with, but a message that we haven't heard in a while. You know what I'm saying?
All right. That's what's up. I dig it, man. A little faith and a little bit of flavor. Let's talk purpose, power, and straight up bars, man. Club is a single that you guys are rocking right now.
And
Got a little bit of depth to it, man. Break it down for me, Miles. What's it about?
oh yeah, club, man. First of all, it's a fun record coming into the warmer part of the year. You know what I'm saying? Getting everybody moving and dancing and feeling themselves. But it's also, sending an invitation for people to come higher, higher in their consciousness, higher in their spirit. Like welcome to the club, to a positive way of living, to a better way of life, a part of life where you don't gotta step on somebody's toes to get on, where you don't gotta steal to gain something, where you don't gotta be dishonest in your game, but a life that God intends us to live. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a club that you gotta pay to get into, or a club that you gotta sneak into, but a club that everybody is welcome to. You know what I'm saying?
You can only be in it if you're real.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Dope, man. Like, what's the reaction that you're getting from this?
Oh man, let me tell you, we knew Club was gonna be that record even before it came out. Like we knew that was gonna be the focus track for the album when it dropped. And the reaction is exactly what we expected, man. People are rocking with that joint. Like even these NBA DJs and
Yeah.
radios all over the country, like faith-based and mainstream radios, like it's really a dream come true for real.
I mean, honestly, I'm a mixed DJ myself. I've been playing the record. I had no idea, but up until I think about 24 hours ago that you guys were even like faith-based artists, right? Like it just didn't even kind of come into them into play, right? Like I'm hearing the beats, I'm hearing the production. I'm like, man, like this is dope. Like this is hip hop. You know what I mean? Like it just didn't even cross my mind. And then, I'm kind of putting this all together. I'm like, oh wow. Okay, watching your Rolling Loud performance, you guys are
Yeah.
viral for what was it, Altar Call, something like that,
Yeah.
and like, bro, that was power.
Oh, thank you, man. And you know what? I like what you said a few moments ago. You said it's faith and flavor. Yeah, that's what it is, man. And we are authentically both, right? I'm from Northern California, the Bay Area. Like I was raised in the hyphy movement, E40, Mac Dre, Too Short. Like
Yeah.
you can't get the turf out of me. You know what I mean? But you also can't get my experiences with God out of me as well. And so rap is all about being real, and that's what real is to us. You feel me? And so that's exactly what I brought to Rolling Loud. I brought the faith and the flavor. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't just book me as like a Christian rapper, like, oh, let's give them the Christian
Nah.
slot on Sunday morning. No, they gave me a real slot at a good time. Thousands of people out there.
Mhm.
It went crazy, but it went even crazier online. That
Wow.
joint is viral everywhere. It's crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
And you're the first Christian act that's been booked at Rolling Loud, or faith-based
Yes.
act booked at Rolling Loud. Like that's, I mean, in itself, like, bro, that's huge.
Oh man, it's such an honor and a blessing, man. Like I've always thought that we'll be able to occupy these spaces, but to be here, man, is super humbling. And I just want to represent the right way, you know.
Oh man, I mean, millions of people are agreeing with you. It's going viral, right? So I think that faith-based music is it's new, right? It's not new, but it's like new to mainstream, and it's
Right.
more openly being accepted. I know some of like my music resources and record pools have started accepting like faith-based servicing, and are only looking to kind of push that direction of music. So I think that it ultimately shows like we need more than just the streets and drugs and cars and all that stuff. Like you said, slaps and substance.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. We like to call it the new mainstream. The new mainstream where we don't just get to, you know, exist on these platforms but be celebrated on it, not just tolerated. And so we here, man. It's super dope to be one of the forerunners of it, man, for real.
And I mean, hip hop is worldwide, you know what I mean? And just the fact that you have a message that is conveying a bigger picture than what the standard scene is used to, like opens new doors. And
Yeah.
that's dope, man. And even turns on, current listeners into new situations.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the hope, that we could add some positivity to their lives, shine a light for them to hopefully follow one day. You know what I mean?
Bro, how did you link with Lecrae?
Oh yeah, that's big bro. So it's funny. 2014, he had a show in San Francisco, and after the concert, I waited by his tour bus, like typical like old school fashion.
Yeah.
I didn't I didn't wait with a mixtape. I waited with $10 in my hand. I wanted to somehow, add some kind of value to him, and that's all I had to my name. And so I put it in his hand, and he was like, "Young man, I can't take this." I said, "No, I need you to take it because I sow where I want to go. Like I'm sowing seed into him. Like I'm gonna give you this now, and I believe it's gonna come back to me later in the form of us working together." And
Wow.
so that was 11 years ago. And then he reached out to me, not knowing that was me from 11 years ago. And we just started working, man, building. He's a great mentor of mine. We just dropped the song Heaven Sent 2 weeks ago, and I brought him out at Rolling Loud. That Went Crazy song is going crazy, and we got some more announcements coming soon in the coming weeks, man. It's great.
And I feel like, like you're getting that 10 back like 100-fold, really, you know what I mean? Like you can't even really put a price on that.
You cannot put a price on it, man. It's a God dream. I used to pray to work with Lecrae, man, like all the time. And now, like he on my phone, we talk daily, man. This is nuts.
And as far as like faith-based artists, like he's been kind of the big man around for a long time. You know what I mean? Like even if you don't know any of his songs, you know who he is and you know what he's doing.
And you know his name. He's been the apex for the movement, and and he's been able to exist in the mainstream in a lot of ways as well, like working with Ty Dolla Sign and Big Crit and B.O.B. over the years. And so now we almost get to run with that torch and take it even further.
So you're from the Bay. Your partner John, he's from San Diego
Yep.
area. How did you
Mhm.
guys link up, man? Where did you guys cross paths?
Yeah, yeah, man. So 2019, I was a part of this big show in the Bay Area, and we ended up booking Jon Keith, Paul Russell, and Ruslan. So that's where we first met, and then ever since then, like I would see him several times a year at these different events because we were in the same genre, the same lane, like Christian rap, faith-based music, and all of that. And so eventually, we was like, bro, we gotta do something. Let's work on something. Let's do a West Coast song. I've been trying to get John to do West Coast music for a minute because even though he's from Dago, his music kind of sound like Atlanta-ish a little bit.
Yeah.
And so we did one song together, and then we was like, bro, let's do another one. Did another one, and then it ended up being, bro, let's do a tape, and let's call it West Indies, and we ran with it.
I mean, bro, like you guys, even you're both from the West Coast, but you came across with like that grimy East Coast vibe too. When like you know what I mean. So it's like you guys are really versatile, but at the same time, like you're not leaving your roots behind either.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. Like we want to stay loyal to the soil, but also like be able to diversify what we show to people. It's-
Man, that's real, bro. So faith-based music is kind of having its moment right now, and you guys are at the forefront of that. How do you stay grounded while still moving in these big spaces, man? Like Rolling Loud.
Yeah, I think, it took me a long time to get here. So my foundation is strong, man. Like I have real ones around me. And I feel like God almost had to humble me. Before he brought me here. And so since it took me so long to get here, I'm not gonna do nothing to mess it up. Like nah, man. Like I've been praying to get to these spaces for a very long time. So now that it's here, I have a grateful attitude towards it. And if I ever do get to tripping, I'll give people in my life authority to put me in check. You know what I'm saying?
That's not as easy as people think it is either. So, man,
Oh, definitely not. But it's necessary.
absolutely. Miles Minnick on the show today. Miles, you have a song dropping with 310 Baby called My Twin. It's about to come out here in the next couple of days. How you feeling about that, man?
Oh man, this is what I mean by new mainstream. Through and No Baby is one of the hottest artists out of LA, period, right
Mhm.
now. He's had multiple hits on the charts. Every time he drops, it's on Billboard. And for him to be able to do a song with me and vice versa, it's like, man, like it's like a Marvel crossover episode. You know what I'm saying? Stepping into each other's world. So I'm very excited.
All right. Is this going to be a lane switch up, or there's what can we kind of expect from this collab?
Yeah, yeah. I would say it may be a lane switch it up for 310.
Okay.
He makes the party music and all of that. So
Yeah.
it still sounds like that, but it's the message is slightly different. You know what I'm saying? Slaps with substance.
It needs to be for you, right? That's dope. Like you said, you're redefining the mainstream, and I mean that's a huge collaboration from the hometown or from the home state.
Yeah,
That's dope. That's dope, man.
yeah. The music video drops today.
All
So
right.
technically the song and everything drops,
Technically, it's out then.
yeah, tonight, 9 p.m. West Coast time. So yeah, it's
All right.
lit.
That's what's up, man. Well, congratulations on the song with Lecrae, the collaboration with Lecrae, and what's this one, man? 310, baby. That's huge, bro.
Oh man, I'm trying to keep up with everything myself, man. God is good.
If anybody's listening right now and they're maybe caught between the streets and the kingdom, what kind of advice you got for them?
I would say it's much better on this side. I was at a place in my life where I was tired of looking over my shoulder everywhere that I went. I was tired of worrying about if I had beef with somebody and you trying to find peace in the wrong places, man. There is no peace like the peace you could get from God. There was no purpose like the purpose you could get from God. I want to tell you something. Your life has meaning, but you can only get that true meaning of the reason why you're living if you get to the person that made you, and that's God. So tap in with it today, man, for real.
All right, man. Then I got one more question for you, kind of getting back to like the roots of music. I support a ton of independent artists here at 93.1 Jams. And I was wondering if you could give any up and coming artists, some inspiration towards their craft, towards, getting to the next level.
Yeah, I mean it's 2025. I feel like the game is constantly changing and evolving, especially ever since the Spotify and the social media age, right? I would say number one, develop your why. Like, why are you doing this? You know, if it's for fame and money, oftentimes that's not a good enough why to sustain you during the hard times. Develop your why. My why, to give you an example, is I want to be a blessing to my generation. I want to impact the earth, man, through slaps and substance. You know what I'm saying? I want to leave a lasting impact that can push people closer to heaven. So what is your why? So that's number one. Number two, find your strategy, right? This is what tell people all the time. Um, develop your strategy, find your sound, and tell your story. So after your why, figure out what your story is. Tell your story, right? Everybody it's easier for fans to buy into a story, right? Then what is your strategy? Consistency should be your strategy. Find a release rhythm, right? You should be posting content at least 4 times a week, right? And then your sound. What is your sound? I would encourage people to gravitate towards the sound of your region, right? A lot of rappers have a regional advantage if they're able to tap into it. Chicago has a sound, Detroit has a sound, Atlanta has a sound. Me, I'm tapped into the West Coast sound, right? And that could help you be distinctive in your approach. You got that story, that sound. that strategy with a fire why behind it, bro, you're winning. Trust me.
There's nothing that anybody can deny. I mean, at that point, they're just hating.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's
That's
probably the realest advice that I've gotten out of anybody. So I really appreciate that. That was dope.
Oh, of course, man. I want everybody to win, especially if you win it for the right reasons, for sure.
Man, well, Miles Minnick, Faith and Flavor, Slaps and Substance, Madtown. Be sure to go check out this new single Club that's in rotation. You said that this is off a mixtape or an EP. Where can we find some more?
Yeah. It's off a project. It's called West Indies by Miles Minnick and Jon Keith, and it's everywhere now.
That's what's up, man.